just the magnitude of it this weekend in the rowing world. Like all roads lead to Boston.
Now you're clear.
Rowers have traveled far and wide to dip their oars in this dirty water since 1965.
Prep on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Nearly 50 years later, teams like this one are still happy to make the trip for the head of the Charles.
We drove vans yesterday, 14 hours.
For the nearly 9,000 athletes participating, it's hard work.
It's a great race and it's a lot of fun. It's tough, but it's a fun time.
For some spectators, it's a family tradition.
I'm here because my husband is rowing in his 20th anniversary crew from Northeastern University, class of '93.
No, Huskies.
You could be working up a sweat on one of these ergs, getting ready for the race. Or you could just kick back and watch from the side of the river. Or once you cross the finish line, you might want to end up here with a baked potato with all the fixings.
This is a delicious but revolting hot dog.
Crowds of hundreds of thousands are expected to show up for the two-day regatta.
We watched a little bit. Now we're stopping to grab a bite to eat.
I don't row, but I want to when I grow up.
Do you ever want to row in the head of the Charles?
Yeah.
Your head, stand up.
And someday little hands may be holding oars, keeping a firm grasp on tradition. Whitney Burbank, WBZ News.
While some kids play sports, these kids play beautiful music at this Cambridge school.
They like learning to play violin.
Milan Joshi and his mother Vicky are protesting the decision by Lanji School of Music to cancel programs for 900 beginners.
It's a big part of his life. He practices just about every day. He really loves it.
Lanji says the problem is space. In a statement, the private lessons, classes, and ensembles consume nearly half of the reserved practice and teaching space. That's room they need for tuition-paying college students.
Where's the community spirit in this place?
The move affects 700 kids and 200 adults. Harvard professor Warren Zapel plays violin for a hobby. Like other protesters, he says canceling his lessons is stomping on community spirit.
This is all about money. You focus on the ones that pay $30,000 tuition and you throw the community out.
Lanji administrators tell us canceling community programs was tough, but necessary for their long-term vision of training world-class teachers and professional musicians. Still growing players are forced out the door under protest.
Because they're shutting down Lanji.
What do you think of that?
Sad.
Parents are hoping the school will come up with space somewhere else, saying Lanji's program is special.
They serve a younger age group at Lanji. They do so in a very non-competitive, nurturing way.
In Cambridge, Bree Season, WBZ News. Memories scooped up one shovelful after another.
Birthday parties and engagement party. Our engagement party was here.
Sharon Bresnahan is powerless to stop it.
It almost feels like a death. I mean, no, it's a little dramatic, but a lot of really happy times. So.
Her family bought the house in the 60s, but the Atlantic didn't start wearing it down until a few years ago.
We had dunes 3 years ago, so it's really rapidly deteriorated even the last 3 years.
They knew this day was coming, but did what they could to avoid it.
We've gotten quotes for construction to redo the foundation, and time ran out on us.
Neighbor Lorraine Connolly will show you pictures of a winter's erosion, starting with Superstorm Sandy.
Last summer, this was all sand.
And it's eroded that much after Sandy.
This whole half dune, as you can see, is gone.
It's been a gradual loss on Plum Island, but the end feels sudden.
After the storm went out, we still kept getting hit, so it just never gave us a break.